Hello, YouTube. Um, Sitting out here at work, just kind of wasting a little time. So we got about half an hour before I got to clock in. And I just want to do a quick update on how everything's going. Mighty Mouse is doing okay. His asthma is doing a little bit better. As you can see, it is raining pretty good out here. I got a little bit of a cough going on. I think that's due to the house I was working on the other day. I think it was Wednesday. I was working on a house doing this girl's electrical work. And I get up in her attic, and she has the old 50s style insulation in there. And if you'd ever done any kind of construction work or insulation work or any kind of electrical work, any that kind of stuff, you know that the 50s style insulation is the stuff that had asbestos in it. Now, asbestos can cause all kind of health issues. It can give you mesothelioma. It can give you asbestosis. It can cause bronchial infections. It can cause asthma, severe coughing. Pretty much the same thing as lung cancer. I mean, they say that it's a rare form of cancer, but I know quite a few people that actually have mesothelioma and asbestosis. Actually, my father, he worked as an insulator for the power plant for years, and he had mesothelioma and asbestosis, and that's what he unfortunately ended up succumbing to by the time it was all over with. So I got up in there working and started messing around and realized that, all the insulation up there is filled with asbestos. I mean, it's bad filled with asbestos. I was supposed to go back Thursday, but I didn't because I just didn't feel good. Which isn't a big deal because she's a friend and everything, so, we're just trying to help her out. And, she is paying me, but, I'm not super rushed trying to get everything done, but she does want it done, as quick as possible. And with my work schedule, it's kind of hard to set up to where I can actually get over to her house and do that kind of stuff. But so far over there, I'm doing pretty good because when I first got there, she had no power to any of the house, and now she has power to pretty much about half the house. I think the only issue that I'm having right now is the power plugs, because the way the walls are, they're made of wood. They're not made of sheetrock or paneling. They're actual, what you call, tongue and groove wood. So it's a little rough. You can't exactly cut into it and just replace the spot that you cut into. But we got a few of the plugs working. I think probably not this coming up week, but the week after I get paid again, that's when I'll head back out there again. Because she's been handing me about $10 to $20 every time I come out there, to help cover the gas and all that kind of stuff. And she's not really that far out. I haven't even asked her how much she's going to pay me in all total, so I don't really care. Like I said, I'm just mainly trying to help somebody out and everything. I know she's paying me at least $100, which is a very good deal for her, but considering if she'd actually got an electrician to come in there, she'd have been spending $800-900 doing the same thing I'm doing. And the thing is a lot of these electricians, they're just going to do a quick job and kind of throw the stuff together. Yeah, they're going to have everything running, but as soon as you flip, say a hairdryer on, you're going to have breaker after breaker kicking. I'm fixing it to where there's 2 rooms per breaker. There's supposed to be 1 room per breaker, technically, if you're doing it 100% correct. That's the way I prefer to do it. Of course, the bathroom can run with another room. But right now I've got 2 to 3 rooms, just the lights running from the breakers, and I got like 2 plugs running off of that same breaker. So it's not overloading it by any means. It shouldn't cause too much of an issue. I know the next time I come, I'm going to finish off the rest of the house as far as making sure I get the lights going for the whole house, and hopefully have most of the plugs working. I mean, if I can just get it that far, at least she can move back into her house. Fortunately, they have an apartment that's right behind them they own as well, so they've been staying there. But their house has been kind of a mess because the people that lived in the apartment before, they had to move down there, they kicked out, and they had went out of town, and when they come back, those people had come back and ripped all the wiring out. That's why I'm have to go in there, but they also destroyed most of the house on the inside. Fortunately, with the walls being wood, they weren't able to put a bunch of holes in the wall and stuff like that, so it's not a whole lot of extra, work that they had to do as far as patching walls and that kind of stuff. Their main thing is just cleaning up the clutter and the mess to where they scattered everything around and getting the electrical running. Fortunately, they didn't mess up no plumbing. Of course, me being a jack of all trades, I know how to do sheetrock, I know how to do framework, I know how to do electrical work, I know how to do plumbing work, you name it. When it comes to a house, I can do it. I can even work on gas lines as long as, the gas meter out back is turned off. And, I just prefer not to, because, it's too much of a risk that if you don't tighten up something just tight enough, or if you over-tighten something, it can cause a leak that you don't detect at the time. But, at some point somebody could be sitting there trying to light up a cigarette or whatever, and kaboom, you just killed everybody in the house just because you screwed up one little spot. So, like I said, I really don't like messing with gas lines. Electrical lines, on the other hand, I can deal with because, it's really not that hard. A lot of people don't like working with electrical because they're afraid they're going to get shocked or electrocuted or whatever. Me, I realize that little 110 that's coming through your plugs is not really going to do much to you other than just give you a quick little zap and light you up for a second. Now, if you walk outside and grab that main wire that comes in from the power pole, on the other hand, you might want to call yourself an ambulance or a hearse. But as far as plumbing and electrical, if you know how to do one, you pretty much know how to do the other one. There's not a whole lot to it. You have a wire that goes from here to here. You have to make sure that this stuff is connected in between. You got one wire that goes in, one wire that comes back out. And if you want to put a switch in, the wire that comes in, you put a break in there, put a switch in right there. That way when you flip it, it just literally cuts off the electricity going through that piece of wire. It's like a circuit. And in fact, that's exactly what it is. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Like I said, this is just an update video. It's nothing big. I think I'm going to do a quick test to see who all's been actually watching my videos. If you've been watching my videos and you watch them all the way to the end, you don't have to. I prefer for you to, because it gives me better watch time, because the better watch time means that YouTube is more likely going to work with you. So, if you watch this all the way to the end, type in electrical into the comments. You can leave your normal comment, just make sure you put electrical in the comment right after whatever you leave your comment as. That way I know who has actually watched the entire video. And if you do that, I will go back to your channel and watch your entire videos, because I know everybody out there is just alike. You'll get to watching a video, it's boring, so you're going to change it. So, if you made it this far, excuse me, if you made it this far and you watched this entire video, put in electrical in the comments, and I'll go to your video and watch an entire video of yours. In fact, I'll sweeten the pot a little bit. I'll pick 2 of your videos to watch the entire video. That way we can help each other's watch time. Because that's what I'm working on now. I'm not working on subs no more. Getting more subs would be great. But I think I need to work on my watch time and get my watch time up a little bit. Because right now I think I'm sitting at about 3 minutes for my watch time on average. I want to see if I can get that up to about 5 minutes. And just see where we can go from there. Don't forget to leave a like. If you're not subscribed to the channel, do remember to hit the subscribe button down below. And y'all have a random day.